Welcome back to It's Really Nate and Danny. We are on the last night of our second Concierge Disney Wish cruise, and we wanted to do a quick video just discussing if we think that the Concierge price tag is worth it, especially for a 3 and a 4 night cruise. So we're going to start off by saying it was an amazing cruise. We are sailing in the middle of July, so keep that in mind. And the first time that we went on Concierge was Mother's Day weekend of 2024, so in May. So, Nate, what did you think? Did you like the cruise?
So, we love the cruise. Cruise is worth it. Yes, Concierge is worth it. But I think there's like an asterisk, a very big asterisk. And I think when you think about the value of it, and if it's worth paying the extra amount going from whether it's an inside ocean view or like a balcony room
Or even a family balcony.
or even a family balcony like on deck 11 forward, which is really, really nice, where you can just like walk out and go to Mickey's Festival of Foods and just grab food and go right back to your room.
Yeah.
It's all on the same floor. And there's that convenience. But again, like going up to Concierge, obviously you get a lot of different perks. And I think what we want to talk about is what is that asterisk and what does it mean to certain people. And
really depending on what you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
So this is my 11th Disney cruise. This is Nate's 10th Disney cruise. So right now he is still gold, I am platinum. And we've been on the Wish. This is our 8th time on the Wish. We've been on the Magic once. I've been on the Wonder. And we've been on the Dream. We've never done the Fantasy, so keep that in mind. We've only done Concierge on the Disney Wish. So we're going to talk about this as being Disney Wish, not other cruises in the fleet or ships in the fleet. So I'm going to first start off with there is a big hefty price tag. We booked the 1-bedroom suite. Now there are a couple of levels. There is the family ocean veranda, which is extended. It's the same size as the family, except that you get a king bed. Let's talk about the bed for a second. I would like this bed in my home. It is the most comfortable. Disney Cruise Line has great beds as it is, but the king size
it's like the right firm softness. It's a very nice king bed.
The one thing that I will say though, we love the Wish blanket, the pink one. We bought one. We have it at home.
We have it at home.
I love that. I sleep with it every night. It's missing that because in Concierge you do not get that Wish blanket. You get like
just a regular comforter.
Yeah, and I was freezing every single night. I actually slept with the robe on top of the blanket last night because I was so cold. I could have called to guest services and asked them to bring a blanket, but I didn't because it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I missed my Wish blanket. That's number one. So for this one, for the 1-bedroom suite, it is about double the price, if not a little bit more than double. No, it's about triple the price of a family ocean veranda. Now, we are on the 3-night cruise. We're on the weekend cruise. So just comparing, we paid around $8,000 for this room, where on this sailing for an ocean veranda, you probably could have gotten it for like $2,600, like in equivalent, and an inside cabin probably for $1,700, $1,800. So what do you get with that $8,000 price tag? One, you get your own special guest services, and you don't have to worry about any waiting in line on deck 3. Is it worth triple the price? I don't think so. We got on this sailing, we got a lot of no's versus a lot of yeses. When we were in May, anything we wanted, they were like, sure, no problem. We'll get it for you. It'll be in your room, blah, blah, blah. This one, we got a lot of no's. And I think it was because it was very packed on this sailing, being July versus May.
So my take is going back to what we were originally talking about. Is Concierge worth it? Yes. The asterisk is, don't go during. So my number one is don't go during busy season.
Yeah.
If you're going when school's out or what we're predicting to be the major holidays, you're not going to get the same level of concierge service as you would when it's a little bit of a slower cruise or there's less people on it.
I agree with
When
that.
we were on in May, there were no no's from anybody in the concierge team.
Yeah.
We also had a little bit of a more senior team that was there. There weren't a lot of new people. They've all been with concierge for a long time, so they kind of know how to take care of guests. And it's just, they're a little bit more attentive. They're less running around. It's just a little bit different of an experience. It's still the same experience. It's just a little bit different because it's maybe there's a better connection.
Yeah.
And that connection with the concierge team is really what makes or breaks the concierge experience, I think, from like a ground foundational level of the whole thing. So that's number one.
Yeah.
My number two is when you think about like what you get, and if you need such a big room and so much space, like, can you get away with an extended family veranda or a regular veranda and not have the concierge lounge, right? Because like, besides the concierge team, the lounge, you get the room. Right. But if you're getting a regular veranda concierge room, I don't think that makes sense to get a concierge just for that. I would save the money,
right,
and get a bigger discount, which we're going to talk about in another video on how to get like some really big discounts and gift cards and all kinds of money back when you book a Disney cruise when it's not concierge. But I think unless you're doing this 1-bedroom suite or higher and you have that disposable income, then I wouldn't do concierge.
I don't necessarily agree with you with the family veranda. And the reason why I don't agree with you is because it depends on how often you've been on the boat. And the reason why I bring that up is we've been on it 8 times, right? At this point, we've been on the Wish 8 times. We gave a ton of people directions on how to get to here, there, where's this, what's going on tonight, just even how to use the app, right? I mean, at this point, maybe Disney hires us. Totally kidding. So what I feel as though the concierge lounge adds an extra oomph, right? So, and we didn't leave the lounge. We were in the lounge the entire time, if you watched our Wish videos from this. And we sat on the pool deck. We had on the sun deck, the team brought us lunch some of the days. And no one was out there. So if you're looking for nice lounge chairs and you're looking for the privacy of a sun deck or a butler, concierge, then maybe it is worth the price tag. But is it worth it on the 3-day sailing, right? So there is no day at sea. So keep that in mind. We didn't get off the boat. I got off the boat a little bit today in Castaway, but in Nassau, we didn't get off the boat. So if you're coming on the boat to stay on the boat, then maybe that is worth it, right? Even in the family veranda. If you are getting off the boat and you're not going to utilize the lounge and you're not going to utilize the sun deck and you don't have the disposable income, I would not do the concierge because you're never going to be in it. You're going to be at the shows. You're going to be, meeting Mickey. You're going to be here and there. Then get a regular veranda.
So now that brings me to my second point, and I agree.
Your third.
No, my second point.
Oh, got it. Okay.
My second point. My second point is it my third point?
Yeah, it's your third point.
It could be my third point.
Whatever, it's fine.
We're not counting.
Yeah.
My second or third point.
Yeah.
If this is your first Disney cruise,
do not do concierge.
There's literally, you'd be wasting money.
Unless, okay.
No.
So we did meet people who were on a first time cruise. They've never been on a cruise before and they picked this cruise. They did concierge. Hold on. They weren't even in concierge because we've never saw them. The only time we saw them was when we met them sitting in the front of Aladdin. But hold on.
And they were just doing out a whole bunch of other things. They were never in the room.
So, but they did, one thing that they did tell us is that it was very nice having the concierge lounge or the concierge team help them. Okay?
Sure.
So that was one thing. If you've never been on a cruise and you have the money, maybe it is worth it, right? You also get 2 bedrooms. So your kids, if you have 1, 2, 3 kids, 4 kids, I mean, this part of the room sleeps a lot.
If you're getting this size room, then yes. But if you're not, and you're still getting the regular veranda, it's not worth it.
Correct. I agree with that.
It's not worth it. If you're getting the size room, then you need the size room for the size room, then concierge is just included at that point.
Okay, so does it make sense to do back-to-back in the same room, or do you do it once and do the other, right?
Once and do the other.
So we firmly believe if you're going to do concierge, do it on the 4-night and don't do it on the 3-night.
I disagree.
I think you should do it on your first sailing and not your second sailing.
I disagree.
Okay, why?
3-night, cheaper concierge. You meet the concierge team. They fall in love with you because you're going to give them a great tip. And then
if you don't have the money?
And then everyone's going to give a great tip because if you're staying in concierge, you've got to have the money to give a good tip. Otherwise, don't go concierge. Sorry. And then you're going to give them a good tip over the weekend. And then here comes Monday. You get back on the ship. You go to your cheaper room. and they're going to let you into the concierge lounge.
But that's
this is like a hidden thing. It's like if you make good friends with them, they're going to let you in, and it's no big deal. And then you're going to tip them again a couple days and on Friday. Right. You're just going to take care of them because they took care of you without you having a concierge room. Okay. And that's what they do. Like, there were a bunch of people in the concierge lounge this whole weekend who weren't concierge, but they were there with their friends or family, or they knew other people, and that's just how it is. Like, that's just how it is, right?
So, yes, but they also sometimes crack down on that, so don't bank on that.
No, that's not a guaranteed for sure thing, but if you have a good relationship with somebody and you tip them well and they take care of you, that's it.
Okay. The reason why I don't agree with you is because I do feel as though the day at sea, it might be worth it, especially if you're not guaranteed access in the concierge lounge, right? So what if your lead ends up switching the next cruise, right? And you banked on that. You're almost out of luck at that point, right? Because so the benefit of doing back-to-back is you don't have to move your room. You don't have to pack up. You just say, see you later. We'll be back in 30 minutes. You walk off the boat and walk back on the boat.
It also counts as 2 cruises towards your status on Castaway Club. So that's also a really big benefit.
Yeah, 100%. So with that being said, if you are going to do a back-to-back, there's 2 options. One, you do concierge. You get to know the lounge. The cast members. Great tip, but not necessarily a given. Or you do the same room and you stay in it. Or another thing is you book the 1-bedroom suite and then you downgrade to the veranda and save a little money that way too. A concierge veranda.
Yeah.
So moral of the story and how we feel, would we do concierge again on the Disney Wish? 100%. If we were to come the next time, like if we come with...
I would do it I wouldn't do it like in December or during Halloween time. I would do it on like an off... Like the week after a major holiday, or the January, week before a major holiday. Yeah, like a January or a September, the first weekend of December, not the weekend
when school starts.
Yeah, like when school starts.
Yeah,
right.
That's probably
because then they really are attentive to you, and there's not so many kids if that is something that you're looking for, and to be in concierge, and that there's a benefit for that. Now, I want to talk about very quickly everything that's included with concierge.
Okay.
Everything that you get that's included as a concierge guest. So number 1, you get your room. You get a concierge level room.
You get a king size bed.
You get a king size bed.
In every single concierge room.
And there's a lot of different concierge rooms. There's the regular veranda concierge rooms. Those are the highest volume number of rooms. There's 18 1-bedroom rooms, which is the one that we're in today. Then there's a 2-bedroom room. There's a couple of those. And then there's something called the top 5, which is the Tower Suite, the Aurora, the Briar Suite, and then the 2 back suites all the way in the back of the ship.
With a huge balcony.
With a big balcony, and those have hot tubs on the balcony. So there's only 5 of those top 5 rooms. So the 4 regular suites and then the Tower Suite. So every suite has like different amenities. Like for instance, ours, you can have... For the 1-bedroom suite, there's 18 of those. They're very popular because it's like a price range that's still somewhat acceptable, and between like $6,700 to $8,500, it ranges in between there depending on the sailing for a 3-night sailing, depending on when it is. And you get to have dinner in your room from one of the rotational dinings, so 1923 or Marvel. Arendelle or Marvel. You can't do Palo. Palo is only for the top 5, as that's what we learned. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but mainly because of staffing issues.
So you have to have a dining room table in order to order in.
You cannot order in dining if you're not in the 1-bedroom. You have to have this dining room table.
Unless it's room service. Room service you can order in any room. But
room service is a completely different menu than ordering from the actual dining room itself. And you could pick one of the dining rooms.
And you can have it every night if you want. I think last time we had Marvel twice.
They set you up in your room, and it's really beautiful, and that's a lot of fun to do and very relaxing. But you can only do that in the 1-bedroom suite or higher. So you get those kind of amenities. You also get onto the ship like before everybody else.
It's a great experience. Even
10:45 in the morning.
But even if your flight doesn't get in, right, and you're getting on board at 3:00, if you're concierge and you have that gold sticker, you're right on the boat. They bring you wherever you need to go. It's the boarding process and the disembarking process is
it's very
chef's kiss. It is amazing.
It's very seamless. It's like instantaneous. Like you're just like priority.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That's a huge
so you're
benefit.
on the ship by 11:30 at the latest,
Mhm.
is in terms of how early you can get on. They have like their own
There's a lounge.
before you even get onto the ship. That's just for concierge guests. They have like drinks that you're like free. Everything's included. Like, you just have whatever you want, water, sodas, whatever.
Mhm.
So you get onto the ship, and then you have your concierge lunch
Mhm.
at
In
1923. It's either on the
Walt
the Walt
Disney.
or the Roy side.
With none.
So you come on board. You do get a special lunch.
Correct.
The lunch is the same lunch as like that everybody gets at Arendelle,
Right. If
which
you
is
were to
where
eat
the
in the
lunch
dining
is.
room and not go to the buffet,
Right, which like when everybody gets on your embarkation day.
you have to be there. It closes at 2:00. Just FYI.
And then after that, you can get your rooms are ready to go
Yeah,
by like
12:30. Yeah.
I think everybody else's room is like 1:30 or 2:30.
Depending
Yeah,
on
2 or
depending on
2:30.
how the disembarkation went with the cruise beforehand.
So your rooms are ready ahead of time before everybody else's. Your luggage also comes like instantaneously. Like every time we come up to a room at like 12:30 or 12:45, our luggage is already there.
You're really priority.
Yeah, in every way possible, your priority. So if you want to be priority, then concierge is already worth it for you.
Correct.
Just for that alone.
100%.
So then you've got the whole concierge lounge, which is great. They've got a whole area for whatever drinks you want. There's a full service bar. There's a lot of seating. There's a whole outside deck patio area, which is really nice to watch the sunset. There's a lot of really nice like food options throughout the day. They change like desserts and snacks and breakfast and lunch and dinner, and you can customize your food and meals sometimes.
You also sorry to interrupt you, but you also get a separate room service aside from the dining rooms, right, that you can have at your table, and the regular room service. There is a concierge room service menu as well.
That changes every day.
Correct.
So the room service menu, you can have regular room service that like
stays the same
everybody gets on the whole ship, or you can have the concierge room service, which is just like separate menu just for you guys. Correct. So the food's also like very good.
Yeah.
Like, they have like grilled chicken paninis and all these things you cannot get
tonight
on other areas.
Tonight there for in the dinner in the lounge for the kids was spaghetti and meatball tacos, and they looked incredible.
Yeah, no, it was like
incredible.
The food, it's their own chef, it's their own kitchen.
Yeah.
They all prepare it right there behind the lounge. It's very cool. So
yeah.
that also alone is like worth it because you get more food options. The lounge, amenities in the room, priority service, the lounge before you get on the ship,
and the Shoreside concierge. Talk about that.
Shoreside concierge is great because you can shoot them a quick email.
So once you book your concierge room, you can email Shoreside concierge.
Yep.
And you can request anything. You can request
not everything, but not anything.
Not anything. But like, let's say you want top shelf liquor, you can, or beer, champagne or wine or something. You can say, "Hi, I'm on the sailing. Would it be possible for you to get Grey Goose?" I mean, they're probably Grey Goose, whatever it is.
Yes, they can do that. They can get you wine, all those things. And they'll go buy it and then bring it on the ship and put it in your room. Yes. For us, it's like, we don't drink a lot. So for us, can you get us iced teas and certain things that are like a little bit more unique, like Republic of Tea that's only in the Cove Bar. But yes, they can get it for you and they can bring it here and have everything ready to go. So I think there's a big benefit there. They do all your bookings ahead of time for Palo.
You can ask for a cabana.
You can ask for a cabana.
You get priority for the wait list for the cabana.
Yes. So I think that there's some really good benefits to having
being
that
concierge.
team.
Yeah. What else do you get?
You can contact your concierge team at any time. We talked about morning, afternoon, evening food offerings and desserts. You get complimentary, unlimited bottled water, several different bottles of water.
Evian, Dasani,
sparkling, non-sparkling, all of that. Unlimited soft drinks, milk and juices, iced teas. And then
there's also a cappuccino
machine for coffees and tea.
Yeah.
So all of that, it's all included. You pay not $1 more.
Yeah.
Every day, 5 to 10 is complimentary beer, wine, and spirits,
or
like mixed drink, like pina coladas or daiquiris or whatever you want. It's completely included from 5 to 10 every night of your cruise.
Yeah.
We talked about specialty coffees, hot chocolates, and all of that. And that's the big ones there.
And so we love the shows. We're
The
very
shows are
big
a big
and
one.
we're very big about that. We like to sit in the front. I wear glasses, and of course, this cruise I forgot my glasses, so we had to sit even closer this time. Typically, you sit like the second or third row, and I was like, no, I can't see. We got to sit in the front. So what you get with Concierge is 40 minutes prior to showtime, you line up on deck 2, and they let Concierge in. You can pick whatever you want. You can sit wherever you want. They hand you popcorn and water, complimentary. We got front row center for every single show. And I saw everyone. I could see everyone's like what they look like and all of that. If I sit farther back, if I don't have my glasses, I can't really see their face, right? So it's if you like to sit on the end, or you like to sit like on that little, the divider between level 2 technically and level 3, you can pick whatever you want. Now, you cannot save seats. So that is a big thing. They tell you that before they open the doors. They're like, you got to move your bags. Like, we're going to open up the doors and people are going to start coming in. So your friends in Concierge technically cannot save your seats, right? That is a huge thing. The popcorn, of course, is great. If you wanted the candy or anything like that, you do have to go buy it at the concession stand.
So you get in 40 minutes early to the show. Free popcorn as much as you want. Free waters, bottled as much as you want.
And this is for you and your kids.
This is for everybody in Concierge.
Yeah.
So you get that. You get to pick your seats first, and then like 20 minutes later, they let everybody else in. You get the exclusive Concierge room service menu for 1-bedroom suites and higher. And then you also get, which is interesting, I always forget this, but you get like the basic internet. You get the basic internet package for every person in your party.
Person in your party for one device gets the basic internet package.
For one device for the entire sailing.
I think it's like $18 a day, if not.
$18 or $20 a day.
Yeah, so it's a lot of money
per person,
per device.
Yeah, so yeah, you save a lot there, and I think that's worth it. But your guests have to be 18 or older to get that.
Oh, interesting.
So
I didn't know that.
so they have to be 18 or older, and then they get the basic internet package for one device for the full voyage.
And one other thing that you do get at the end of your cruise is you get a gift from the concierge. So last time we just got like a really cute Mickey painting. This time we did get a Lookout Key one, and we were actually so upset that we didn't get the Lookout Key on our last cruise because they were only doing it on the inaugurals, and now we got it for being concierge. So I was really excited to see that. You do get one per stateroom, so it's not one per person. Would you do it on a 7-night with a higher price tag?
On this room.
Okay. So the difference between this and like we were looking at the Treasure, it's like this was what, $8,000 and it was, or yeah.
It goes from like 8 to like 11, 12.
Depending on when you're booking out. If you are Platinum or you're Pearl and you can book it like when it comes out, then it's worth it. But we were looking at the Treasure sailings in the beginning of January, and it was like $21,000 for this room. If it's available.
well, that because brand new ship plus.
Yeah. So, moral of the story, in your opinion, is Concierge worth it?
Yes,
worth the hefty price tag.
It's worth it if you can shell out the money, and you want the best experience that you could possibly get on a Disney cruise line. Then it's worth it. But I would say it's maybe a little bit less worth it if you're not going to do one of the bigger suites, like the 1-bedroom or bigger. I don't know. I don't think it's worth it if you do the veranda. For me, I would save the money, a lot of money, and be on forward, deck 11, be by the food, and just have a really great cruise. And if it's your first cruise, I would definitely not do concierge. I would enjoy the ship and get to explore and learn everything and see everything, experience as much as you can. Because if you're in concierge and it's like you're either missing half of the ship or you're missing the concierge experience, you can't do both. So I wouldn't do it if it's my first time.
In my opinion, I think it's worth it because I like the priority. I'm a big control person, and to pay for the being able to get off the boat at a certain time, or even just getting on board, knowing my luggage is there, all of that, I like. I also like having that person that if I had a problem, I can go right to them. So when are we booking our next one?
Yeah, we're booking our next one real soon.
Yeah, let's hope so. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking with us. Don't forget to subscribe. And comment below anything else that you'd like us to discuss with our opinions. We are very opinionated people, so maybe you'll get on board with ours. Have a great night.
Talk to you soon.